Hello everyone. The DayZ devs have just released the update 1.24 patch notes. As normal, I'm going to be going through these, going over any new features, any changes, any bug fixes, just in case there's someone out there that, I don't know, maybe you're driving and you would rather be able to listen to the patch notes instead of have to read them yourself. So, without any further ado, let's get into it. First off, with our additions. The Vikir rifle has been added, which, if you saw the DayZ dev stream, or my video on the DayZ dev stream, you'll know it's that short-barreled 9x39 rifle that was teased. It is now also confirmed that that larger magazine that we saw for the 9x39 rifles is a 30-round magazine. We have camouflage variants of the ballistic helmet, updated bookshelves with the winning entries of our DayZ book contest, and a bunch of sounds for different crafting recipes. So we have sounds for crafting improvised clothing from rags, for crafting base building kits, for crafting a bone knife, for wringing out clothing, for splitting firewood, and for breaking down bushes with hands. We also have new animations for cleaning your hands with a cooking pot and a gasoline container. Right, now we move on to our fixes. As was mentioned before, this update, as with most updates this time of year, is going to focus on bug fixes, smaller tweaks, but of course there's still a bit of new content for us to sink our teeth into. Anyway, the heavy melee attack was displayed with the wrong key assigned in the settings. Weapons could desynchronize when modified outside of the player's network range. Item interaction by a player who just left another player's network bubble could result in item desynchronization. Less desync always a good thing. The microphone icon could be displayed on screen with no microphone connected when in voice activation mode and the lowest voice threshold. Bolts attached to a door wouldn't move or animate with a vehicle. So now you can drive a car with a bunch of bolts sticking out of it. Unloading a bolt with a full inventory would reset bolt health to full. Corpses could not be pulled out of vehicles properly. Fix an exploit to glitch the camera through walls. Nice. Weather could be desynchronized for players. Also a nice change. Well, fix. Bolts shot on players or creatures would attach in the wrong direction. Potatoes would yield full quantity when peeled regardless of the tool used. Interesting. When standing up from prone with raised hands, the camera would not properly follow the player. It was possible for players to rotate with their dead bodies until respawn. All coloured skirts appeared blue on female characters? Never noticed that. Some birch trees were offering the option to collect dark bark. The lab coat was not properly reflecting damage visually. The leather duffel bag had the wrong buttons being displayed. The blue hoodie was displayed as red in the inventory view. The sling bag was clipping with most clothing items on the female model. Several items were displayed too big in the inventory view. It was possible to shoot through some corners of the base fence. It was possible to get stuck in the blocking position of activating it right after picking up a firearm. I remember that. It's happened once or twice. Unjamming the AUG AX would play the wrong sound. The jam state of firearm models was not synchronized when on the ground. The camera was briefly in the long position after waking up from unconsciousness in a car. Padded gloves could not be... Okay, there we go. There we go! The first time I got those padded gloves, and I looked at the description and it said, leather gloves, and I figured out you couldn't fix it with a leather sewing kit. I was so peeved. Thank you. Thank you, devs. No widget allowed to attach barbed wire or camo net to a fence or watchtower. The widget of the watchtower's roof blocked widgets for other walls. The large entry door of the cement works played the wrong sound. It was possible for the stagger animation to be skipped. Oh, I think that's when you get heavy punched. People would find ways to avoid it. Infected were reacting to suppressed shots over long ranges. Thank God that fix. It was possible to push a car while a gear was clutched. Oh, so you need to put it in neutral to push it. Okay. Firearms would twitch in some cases when too close to obstacles. That was also mentioned in the dev stream. An error with despawning base building objects could result in invisible barbed wire. Ouch. The state of the crossbow would not always be correctly saved during server restarts. The inventory view was sometimes cut off in narrow screen resolutions. Fixed a game crash that would occur when connecting to multiple servers at the same time. The combine button didn't work when an item was in cargo of another held item. Fixed an exploit that created an infinite amount of liquids. Some item spawn points inside the bus rack were in the ground or floating. Nice. No more unretrievable suit jackets in your buses. 2 players putting an item from their hands into the same cargo slot could result in desync. Reduced server performance load on player, disconnection and respawn. It was not possible to remove items fast from an incapacitated player or infected through control left mouse, but nice. You can do that now. It was possible to get stuck in prone by using the portable map with enabled use 3D map true settings. Fixed a server crash related to player death. Items dropped next to a fence or gate could not be picked back. Oh, nice! People on Doug are going to love that one. Fixed an animation glitch that allowed passing below walls faster than intended. Nice, that's also a good fix. It was not possible to refuel a torch while it was burning. The large shipwreck had several collision issues. Fixes for collision issues is always nice. Ambient fruits from trees were still spawning at their old positions at the northwest airfield. Items in Chernogorsk Hotel were spawned below the map. I don't know if I've actually ever looted anything from there, so maybe that explains it. Now, on to the changes. Change the collision checks for weapon raising for better accuracy. Reconfigured the calculation of weapon lengths for more accurate collision detection. Shock damage of blunt weapons will now partially be translated into health damage when fighting infected and animals. So, huzzah! The sledgehammer will probably be really good against zombies again. Bandaging is now a continuous action when treating multiple cuts. Also, really nice quality of life feature. Removed outdated server browser filters. Partial optimizations on the network traffic. Means nothing to me. Simplified collisions of trees for better behavior with vehicles and reduced performance impact from penetrating shots. Yeah, that was mentioned in the dev stream. Give basic chemical protection to the OKZK cap. The Great Helm, chestplate, tripod, and barrel can now be repaired using the blowtorch. That's actually really nice, especially repairing barrels. Pulling a body from a vehicle is now done by simply pressing F instead of holding. Adjusted insulation values of tracksuits and piece of clothing for consistency. Oh my god! Right, this might not seem like a big thing, but I put a ticket in about this fucking ages ago, because the tracksuit pants and the police pants had medium insulation, but the corresponding jackets had bad insulation. Thank fuck. Finally, man! Okay. Rebalance the weight of tools and melee weapons. Interested to see. Oh, reduce the weight of shovels and reduce the weight of plant material. It's no longer possible to split plant material. That'll probably not go through on Doug because of dying. Reduce the fire rate of the Saiga and slightly lowered its recoil. Okay. Reduce the area on which infected will be alerted by bullet impacts. Also nice. Reduce the alert level impact on infected by suppressed shots. Slightly increase the silencing effect of the pistol suppressor. Regular infected will keep their alert state for slightly longer periods. Tweaked the overheating particles of firearms. Updated the sounds of the SKS rifle. And updated the in-game credits. Now, something that I didn't realize was going to be a thing is they've also updated the Lukau airfield for Livonia. Now, I've not been there for a while, but when I do a video on the changes, expect a bit of a comparison between the old airfield and the new. I doubt it'll be significant changes, but I guess you never know. Anyway, that is about it for me. So, I'm going to bid you all farewell, and I shall see you again next time. Bye-bye!